minasan konnichiwa, my name is Cheese and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reacting to Beastars Season 2 episode 12. Yeah, this is already the final episode of this season. It has gone so fast and I cannot believe we're already at like the finale of this season. A lot of crazy shit has been happening and yeah, I'm just so excited to see how they're gonna conclude this season, you know? How is everything gonna end? We have the battle between Liz and Legoshi. For now I actually believe that Riz killed Pina. So that actually got me quite angry in the previous episode. And we also have this thing going on with Louis and Ibuki. We ended the previous episode with that gunshot. We don't know what happened, but some people in the comments actually referred me back to episode 10, in which there was this scene that probably explains that gunshot. So we'll still have to see what actually happens, but in any case I'm very curious to find out. So without further ado, let's just hop right into the episode. So let's go! Alright, I'm ready, so I'm gonna start the episode in 3, 2, 1, go. We're starting with the ending, okay? But yeah, this is that driving scene we've seen in the previous episode. But yeah, like I just said, we still have to see what actually happened, you know? Oh, this is actually getting me nervous. I don't know why. Like, I'm so scared for what's gonna happen. At the same time, also very excited. Especially to see the battle between Legoshi and Riz. Okay, here we go. The taste of rebellion. Okay, we're going back to this moment. They went inside a tunnel and then we hear the gunshot. He turned off the lights. Oh, damn. Oh, so he was still the one who shot him. I was like, he was not even in the car, so I was like, huh? But he was just following them. Yeah. Exactly, that's the conversation they had in episode 10 and people told me to like rewatch that scene. No, but this is still so sad, like... like after, yeah, they got so close and then it still had to end up this way. It's so sad. But yeah, now we're back to this moment, back to their fight. Oh my god! Pina's still alive! Yes! Oh, thank God, he's safe! He's alive! Oh, yes. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Oh, but thank God, I'm so relieved that Pina's fine. Oh, no! Oh, no. Yeah, that's what he gains through eating bugs. All that life energy. Oh my god! That animation looked so cool. Ugh. Again, yeah. Trying to talk some sense into him. Mm. Oh, I felt that. And how does he know that? Oh my god! Oh! Oh. So he knew, or he realized. He's like more comfortable now. See, that is what I was talking about. Like, she always does something so unpredictable. Oh yeah. Making himself kind of delusional, but still okay. So he like knew the truth. they're still continuing the fight. Oh. What? Louis! Yep, he came there to witness your battle. Oh, damn! And they escaped. Oh. Got his cell phone back from the container. Yeah. Oh, see all these people who are grateful to you. No. Yeah, those aren't his true feelings. No. Yeah, this is the first time we've seen him cry. What's up with the situation? Like, even the background music doesn't match with Louis' emotions. Yeah, exactly. These are just all the frustrations, emotions he's been bottling up in himself his whole life. Oh, he considers Lewishi a precious friend. Oh. Is he really gonna eat his foot? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh shit! Whoa, he's now looking like a wild beast! Just his foot. Just his foot. No, 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 no. Oh, now it's really like Beast versus Beast. Whew. Look at how different he looks. So muscular. Oh. Become a hero. Yep. Mm-hmm. Is that the end of the battle? Happy New Year! Oh my god, it should be like a happy occasion, but still, yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Oh yeah. Just looking like a wild beast, covered in blood. Yeah. Yeah, and Louis free from his curse. Look at that smile. It's so pure. Oh my god. Oh, this really makes me cry. That was an intense battle, really. Oh, yeah. Okay, still, yeah, has a criminal record. Why? Hmm. Exactly. Oh no. Okay, there was episode 12 of Beastars season 2, and there was an amazing finale. Oh, it was so intense. Like they really, really like pulled me into the episode. I was like really, really into it, and many things happened. First of all, I'm so glad Pina is alright. Okay, so Riz didn't kill him in the end and just tied him up somewhere, and Pina still managed to escape on his own through his horns. Yeah, I'm so glad that he's fine, and I hope he'll return in season 3 as well. Because, like you guys know, I just really love him as a character, so I'm really, really hoping to see much more from him in the future. But yeah, the rest of the episode was, of course, focused on Legoshi, Riz, and Louis. We started off with the scene inside the car. You know, we had the final conversation between Ibuki and Louis. And in the end, it was the other lion who shot Ibuki. Yeah, I was like, okay, so people referred me to that conversation from episode 10 in which Ibuki was talking to the other lion and said to him that he had to shoot him if Ibuki were ever trying to eat Louis. And that's what eventually happened. I'm not really sure if Ibuki really, really just wanted to eat Louis. Probably not. He just wanted to end the relationship the right way, and he probably thought that was the only option to do so. So eventually he just sacrificed himself to let Louis leave the Shishigumi safely, I guess. But it was still sad, you know, because their relationship, I just really liked it, how they got closer to each other, how Louis became more relaxed and comfortable in the underground world thanks to Ibuki. It was just very comfortable to see that, and eventually to see that in a relationship end. It always saddens me, you know. But as a result, Louis is no longer part of the Shishigumi. He has left the underground world once again. So I think Louis is gonna come back to school and living a proper life again. The curse on him also is lifted as well. He's now a free deer, basically. And it's also thanks to Legoshi, of course. But I think this will change Louis' life a lot. And I'm very excited to see him turning a new leaf once again in the next season. But then, of course, the fight between Legoshi and Riz, which was obviously the highlight of this episode. It was intense. Like, I didn't expect anything else. It's just They really, really went against each other. And even though Legoshi got a lot stronger thanks to his training, there was still this difference in physical strength. Riz was still a lot stronger, so Legoshi still had like no chance against him. But it was then when Louis appeared and the entire conversation they had, and eventually Legoshi eating Louis' foot, that Legoshi still managed to win against Riz. It was not just Legoshi's like boost that made him win. It was really that they could show Riz that a carnivore can have a real good, proper friendship with a herbivore. It was thanks to Legoshi and Louis showcasing that made Riz realize that things could have went differently if he didn't eat them at that moment, you know? There's still like other ways, and seeing Louis and Legoshi's relationship or friendship more specifically made him realize, okay, that he was wrong. So I like how they concluded this battle. It wasn't like one over the other by defeating him physically. You know, it wasn't a battle to the death, which it was originally, but it didn't end that way. Most often, a real victory is mentally, you know, when you can convince someone with your ideas. That's sometimes the true victory in a battle, you know? Because it has no meaning if you defeat someone, if you kill someone without ever having convinced the other person, you know? So I really just like the way they ended this battle. Like Legoshi and Louis' friendship reached a new stage. I also really love that scene where Louis just let out all of his emotions, let go of his tears. You know, it was the first time he even said he ever cried during his entire life. And it was thanks to Legoshi and Ibuki that it was like a dam broke and all the tears started flowing out. And Legoshi, I think he was a bit bewildered. He had like, oh, what am I supposed to do in this situation? Because he was still planning to go back to the battle and fight to the death against Riz. But when Louis offered his own foot to Legoshi, that opened up new possibilities for him. So in the end, it was like thanks to the teamwork of both of them that they managed to win against Riz. Like overall, I just like the development of Legoshi and Louis' friendship. You know, how that has developed throughout these 2 seasons. Because I know I've mentioned this before, but I never saw them really as 2 close friends, especially not in season 1. And also during the start of season 2, when they got reunited unexpectedly. I don't really remember which episode that was. But that really came as a surprise to me, and especially like Legoshi's attitude and feelings towards Louis at that moment really surprised me. You know, he was talking with such high respect towards Louis, which made me think like, oh, were they ever that close? You know, it didn't really seem natural to me at that moment. But seeing their interactions throughout season 2, and especially towards the end of season 2, it made it much more convincing. And especially in this episode, they really like fully convinced me and showed me how close they actually are at this point. So like the way their friendship developed throughout time, they went from this senpai kohai relationship to this really, really close friends that really respect each other, you know, even though they're like physically so different and complete opposites. It was a long journey, but like seeing the end result, you can just appreciate the whole development of their friendship. So yeah, props to the writers of this whole show. It was so good. And yeah, there were just so many good scenes in this episode that I don't want to end up forgetting any scene. For example, the one scene in which it was like they were like mid-battle and Riz started opening up about his own feelings, confessing how he actually realized that him eating them was just indeed a one-sided murder. There was like no deeper meaning behind it, actually. And the way he actually realized that, but still like sugar-coated that with like everything else, with his own fantasies. You know, he was talking about that towards Legoshi, and then Legoshi just started laying down like that and was like, okay, just continue, I just want to hear your story. And of course he just wanted to hear that story because he can somewhat relate to Riz as well. You know, he almost tried to eat Haru, or like he was afraid that he would end up doing the same thing as Riz. He just wanted to understand him. And after Riz telling him everything, you could feel that they were like connected for a moment, you know, they both understood each other, at least like Legoshi understood Riz. So it was unfortunate that they had to ruin that moment by continuing their battle, you know what I mean? But thankfully Louis showed up at that moment. But just that little conversation between the two, I really like that as well. You know, you could see like two carnivores really like understanding each other at that moment. So I just wanted to mention that as well, that I really liked that scene. But I wonder what happened to Riz in the end, you know? Legoshi and Riz both got arrested. And Legoshi mentioned that he got released quite soon thanks to everyone's testimonies. But what about Riz? Like, they didn't mention anything about Riz. Of course, like, the level of crime they conducted is obviously different. Legoshi ate just Louis' foot, even though that's already quite intense. But Riz actually killed and ate someone else. So that crime is a lot more severe, you know. So I don't know what happened to Riz in the end. That was a great finale. That was honestly a great finale. The only thing I'm not really 100% happy about was how they ended this episode with Haru and Legoshi. Like, Legoshi said to Haru that he would drop out of school because, I don't know, like, I didn't really understand his reasoning. Like, he wants to discover more from the world, I got that. He wants to live his life properly as an outcast, I sort of got that. But then why, like, dropping out of school? Like, you can still explore the world while attending school, you know? It's not something that has to be like so separate from each other. And I completely agreed with Haru, and I really understood Haru when she said like, I don't want to be worried about you the entire time. Like, you also, when you have this ambiguous relationship, at a certain point you want it to go somewhere, you know? Not just stay in that ambiguous position. Like, we know how much Legoshi cares about Haru and how much he really wants to protect her, but at the same time he keeps on distancing himself from Haru, which obviously gives Haru very complicated feelings. Like, we know that she likes him back as well, but like, what is she supposed to do when this person you're in love with wants to do all this heroic stuff but doesn't let you get any closer, you know what I mean? Like, she also has like no idea what happened with Riz and everything, you know, he completely left Haru out of this, and he of course did that to protect her as well. But like, you know, you just want them to become a couple, to get closer, but it's just so frustrating to see Legoshi like distancing himself from Haru the entire time and just seeing this relationship getting nowhere basically, or just like stay in the same position, you know? So I hope in season 3 we'll get like a bit more development in the relationship. But that was obviously not the focus of this season. This season was mainly focused on the entire incident with Tem and Riz. So I totally understand that like romance wasn't the focus of the season, which I'm also fine with. Like, I really like to focus on the entire murder case of Tem, you know? That's what I've been wanting to see in season 1, which I've been excited about to see in season 2, and which made me really happy to see in this season. So there's totally nothing wrong with that, but that's why I wish to see more of Haru Legoshi in season 3, which I'm sure will come someday, because in this season I think they've also like gave little hints towards season 3. Like, I've read some comments of like how characters that are supposed to appear in season 3 were already like shown in like little scenes. So I'm sure season 3 will also come someday, which I'm already very excited about. Of course, there hasn't been like an official announcement yet that season 3 will come, but I'm sure that someday it will come, and I'm already so excited about it. So yeah, what did I think of the season overall? Great. This season was great. I'm not really sure which season I like more, season 1 or season 2. I think about the same, you know, like just the focus, like I just explained, the focus was just very different, you know. Season 1, it was more like romance focused, and this season was more like suspense focused, you know, with the whole focus on the incident with Tem and the mystery behind it. We also got introduced to new interesting characters. Pina was one of them, and also right away one of my favorite characters of this entire show. And now that I think about it, we also got introduced to this security guard called Hexai, who never reappeared in this entire season again, or like maybe once. I think Hexai reappeared just once in episode 4 or something like that. But for the rest of the season, no clue what she's up to. But maybe we'll see her again in season 3, I don't know. It was just weird how she entrusted the entire incident with them and the whole investigation to Legacy, and in the end not do anything with it. You know, Legacy solved the case actually quite a long time ago. Like, he discovered that Riz was the culprit quite early on in this season, I think. But then, like, was he not supposed to report that to Hexai? I don't know. They also saw this thing, you know, they were looking for the next Beastar, and at one of those meetings, they came to the conclusion that the next Beastar would be the one who solved the mystery regarding them. And now that that is solved, does that mean that Legacy is the next Beastar? You know, like, there are just some things that doesn't really connect, you know? There's just, like, some things that they showed in the beginning of the season and how they ended the season with, it just doesn't really like add up in some ways, you know? I still really like the way they concluded the season, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't really like connect fluently with how we started off the season. But overall the season was still very enjoyable. I do remember like halfway through this season I was less excited about the show just because I felt like a million different things were going on at the same time. So when they were like focusing back on the incident with them, that's also when my excitement came back, you know what I mean? Yeah, I kind of feel like in the beginning of the season they were still like trying to figure out what they wanted to focus on, because sometimes they also had these random focuses on Juno, for example. Sometimes they had like this random scenes of like random characters just for the purpose of world building, which is all fine because they're all like very enjoyable, but that can also make it a bit messy in the large picture. But that's why I probably felt a little bit less excited like halfway through the show. But then towards the end of the season, like all the excitement came back and I was like so hype about the finale, you know? So overall, I would describe this season as like a roller coaster, you know? We had the highs, we had the lows, and we just ended with a bang, you know? I don't know if that made sense. But yeah, overall, I just really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, this season was just very packed with a lot of like different kinds of scenes, but also including very deep and meaningful messages. It's something I probably also mentioned in season 1, but in this season, once again, they use animals and especially like carnivores and herbivores to portray like very difficult relationships. But in some ways it really portrays like human relationships to a certain extent as well. Especially when it comes to discrimination and racism. In some ways you can really translate the relationships in this show to human relationships as well, which makes the show so good, you know? So I hope they will keep on doing that in season 3 or like in the future. I'm not gonna read the manga, I'm gonna be patient because I'm confident that they'll make a season 3 someday. So I'll just be patient and just wait until that happens. So yeah, that was my reaction to episode 12 of the second season of Beastars. I hope you enjoyed my reaction and my journey throughout this whole season. I personally really enjoyed it, so thank you all for joining me on this journey. So yeah, if you enjoyed my reaction, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you could see my other reaction videos, feel free to check out my channel and subscribe. So thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye bye.